gonna talk about one of the reasons, one of the whys why we do things, plus to bring you up to date on what's going on with our strategic waiver school improvement plan. As most of you all may remember, a couple of years ago, the state, you had to decide, you could be three types of schools. You could be a status quo, you could be a charter school, or you can be what you call an E-square school, or a strategic waiver. Of course, we chose the strategic waiver. With being a strategic waiver school, it allows you to have a lot of, you can make a lot of adjustments into how you did business. So with us being, but to be a strategic waiver school, you had to meet a certain criteria, every year. And for us, it's a 3% increase across the board on the CCRPI score, or if we did not meet our target on the CCRPI score, then you had a beating the odds score. So you had two ways to fulfill that, that requirement. And as you know, last year we did not fulfill either one of them. So thus made us do, we had to do a system school improvement plan. So this is the one that was submitted. I want you all to look at it. I'll send it out to the department chairs. And if there's any of the percentages or anything that you think is off, or you need to make an adjustment, then do so. We had to have it submitted by June the 1st, but we have till September the 15th to make any adjustments. Okay? So I'm just going to show you what we're going to target. This has already been submitted. Like I said, we'll do the update. All right, what specific achievement deficiencies will the improvement plan target? And as you can see, these are the three that where we're gonna target. Okay, so the percentages, the proficiency advance in the read inventory, and then students with disabilities advancing on the read inventory. And one thing we've done different this year, we have more students with disabilities in Read 180. Matter of fact, we may have all of them. Yeah, in Read 180. So that's one of the things we're going to do to improve that.
We have 3. They're not
We only have 3. All right. And then we aim to have an increase of 5% across the board in all Georgia milestone assessments. And you see the targeted areas. We want 50% of our students score proficiency or advance in read inventory. Take a bow, Mr. Call. And we want 50% of our students with disabilities score proficient or advanced in the read inventory. The read inventory, the only way we're going to do that is not all Mr. McCall. That's why we do that literacy across the, throughout the whole school. That's why we do our reading strategies. If you want to know, well, why do we have to do this? This is why. This is why on certain days, I went down in PE yesterday, and they were all doing their reading strategy. That's why on certain days, everybody is making a contribution to the literacy part of this. And as you can see, this is part of our strategic waiver improvement plan. It's not just these content areas and these milestone areas. So that's why those reading strategies and all those things are very, very important. And then, here at the program, of course, we have Read 180. And then teachers incorporate striving reading strategies, reading and writing, and daily instruction practice in order to decrease lexile levels and of students that's reading below grade level, and also to enhance students that's where they need to be. Formative assessments daily during the closing part of our lesson. When that 10-minute bell rings, that's just letting you know we got 10 minutes left, and we need to start formatively assessing these kids so that they can get mastery of the standard. Mastery of the standard, they have to be able to understand the standard. And that's where Ratan and and deconstructing the standard. That's where all that stuff comes in. And then we got to reteach, formally assess the standard again if needed. That's where the reteaching, retesting, and all of those things come into play. Okay? So if you're ever wondering why we do these things or why we have to do these things, this is just part of, other than student achievement, which is why we're here, the number one reason why we're here, but this is part of the improvement plan because we did not reach our goal being on the strategic way. Okay? All right? Notice I said we, I mean all of us. All right? So how are the district going to monitor this? They've got a walkthrough schedule that they will come. I think Amy was in the building the other day, and they're just going to pop in and just going to monitor. And it is what it is. I have the schedule, but I'm not going to give it out because we don't want no dog and pony show. This is supposed to be our day-to-day, just the way we do business. And I've always said from the first year all the way to the 11th year, anybody should be able to walk through any door and pop into any room at any time, and we should be doing what we're supposed to do. The eagle has landed, there's no warnings that Dr. Hen's in the building or the board's in the building. It should be, and you see enough of us as administrators that you used to us and seeing people walk through. So when they come in, just business as usual and doing what we're supposed to do. Because that's what I'm telling them that we're doing. I'm telling them we're formally assessing every day. So when that 10-minute bell rings, if Dr. Hen walks in there, somewhere in there, she should see a formative assessment going on. And it's no, we didn't do this. There's, you formatively assess. And I can always tell y'all, you probably do this and don't realize it, that sometimes when we're a little bit off of what we're supposed to be doing, somebody walks in, instead of just continue doing what we're doing, we go into explanation mode. When we're just a little bit off, we go into explanation mode. Just, if we're supposed to be formally assessed, let's formally assess. If we're supposed to be doing halt time and doing the reteach, looking at the data, let's make sure that we're doing the halt time. When those times are, who you need? Ms. Ingram. When those things need to be done. Because all of this stuff is not just how we do business every day, but it's also part of our school improvement plan, which we sent up to the state and told them this is how we're going to fix not beating yards and not achieving the growth that we need to on the CCRPI. All right, any questions on this? All right. Next thing we're going to look at is our comparison data from last year. All right. Here's our comparison data. And S is state, R is RESA, and L is us, local. Okay? So when you get your data, you compare it to the state, you compare it to our RESA. Our RESA is our area of schools that's in this area that uses our same RESA that's located in Temple. Us, Johnson County, Baldwin, Hancock, Putnam County, and I may be leaving one or two out. But we compare it to the state, you compare it to the schools in your RESA area, and then that's the score. All right? It's a 4-year breakdown, so we'll see how we've been doing. This is another reason of the why. All right, 9th grade literature, and you see a 4-year from the last 2 years. Last year, we beat our RESA area. We still got work to do for the state, but we went up from 33%, and this is proficient or advanced. All right, this is proficient or advanced. Went up from 33% to 43%. Over the last 4 years, 31, 24, 33, and then 43. So we're going here. Still got a lot of work to do because we want to be able to beat that. We want to beat that right there. We want to beat that state average. American Lit, 27 to 30. Again, beat the RESA, but came a little under the state. And I'm sorry, I'm blocking y'all. I don't know if y'all can see over there. I don't really know where I can stand because I can stand in the back, so I'm not blocking everybody. But Ms. English, you stroke it up for me and make it a little bit larger. I can't see from way back here. I can see a little bit, but it's not clear.
Let's see. Can't see. Do I need my contacts into that?
We all blind up here.
I know. I have one contact in. I just have to put another one in.
Everybody falls in the ditch.
Is that better, or can you see?
That's good. That's good.
You sure?
That's
have one
good.
contact. He's blessed.
All right, so we see our American Lit. All right, go to the next one, Ms. Angles. All the way down till you see the yellow. All right, Algebra 1 and Geometry. As you can see, a 4-year. Algebra 1 for us is 15, 17. Last year we dipped a little bit, and then this year we went up. You can see we beat the state average, beat the RESA average, but we still got to work towards beating that state average. But as you can see, you're not that far off from the state average when you look to compare it. Of course, we want to meet and exceed the state average, but we're moving in the right direction. Geometry, we went from 19 to 31, and we dipped down to 24, and we took another dip in 18. We did not meet the RESA average. We did not meet the state average. So we just know we need to work on that a little bit, and then you see the four-year comparison. All right. Then physical science went from 17 to 15, 52, and then 75. So you see physical science did beat the RESA average and the state average. And in physical science, science is the only department that either the students can take have to take either physical science or physics. All right, so we can play with that a little bit, which is what we've done. It just took 10 years to figure that out. But we can play with that a little bit, so it's boding well for us in physical science. And we just want to keep that where it is. And of course, biology, 21, 26, 22, and then 38. So, of course, beat the RESA, not fall from the state. So, my point is, the things that we're doing, you know, just keep doing it, headed in the right direction. Somebody asked a question when we meet with the leadership team, how does dual enrollment factor into this? Dual enrollment does factor into this a little differently, whereas if they pass that class, then we get credit on our CCRPI for our dual enrollment kids, okay? Not sure as far as the percentages, but that still don't matter because when you look at the first year.
Well, the percentages, it doesn't matter because if the students are in dual enrollment, some of these milestone courses are required for graduation. So they either have to take it here or at the college level. And even if they take it at the college level, if it's a milestone course, they still have to come back to us to take the milestone.
But not anymore, not dual enrollment.
Yeah, not dual enrollment.
Dual enrollment, if they pass the
If they pass it, they don't have to. But 2 of the courses they do.
Right. And that's what?
English and biology, they have to.
They still have to.
They exempt the others, but English and biology, they still have to come back.
That's a good point, because we didn't make that point the other day.
Yeah,
so
USC
in English and biology, our dual enrollment kids are factored into that. Because
and it's better because usually they get that English and biology early on before they do dual enrollment.
That's right.
But some of them go off to college and want to retake. So if they do, because it's free money and they don't have to pay for it, they still have to take the milestone.
That's right. Well, in that case, it'll be probably physical science, and that's a 9th grade class as well. and then, like you said, English and biology. They still have to take the milestones. So our dual enrollment kids are factored into those percentages. All right, moving next one is social studies.
Is this where the 3% comes from, or is the 3% from CCRPI?
CCRPI, but this feeds into the CCRR, which affects that 3%. In our U.S. history, 28, 35, 28, and 23, we did beat our RESA, but we off from the state. This is where, when we talk about our dual enrollment kids, we're not sure what percentages are in there. However, if you look 2 years back, those factors, you did have those dual enrollment kids in the first 3 years. Also, when we do our data breakdown, we have broken our data down even to see how our honor students, we've separated our honor classes, so once we do that, then we'll see how our honor kids have done for us anyway. But like I say, and like I've always said, if I'm in Alpharetta, I've got enough kids that's probably upper level kids that my lower level kids, my upper level can cover them up if I'm in Alpharetta. But if you're in Washington County, it's just the opposite. We don't have enough of our upper level kids to cover or to I would say we could take if every one of our honor students scored proficient or distinguished, and every one of our lower achieving kids did not, our score still would be very, very low. All right, so again, we have to target our low achieving students, and we have to get them up to where they need to be in order for our scores to jump. And you'd be surprised, if once we break down and you see our honors students, it's not 100% of our honors kids. You're gonna be surprised at the numbers. You're gonna be very surprised at the numbers. And we've broken that data down, but we don't get these regular kids right, or our lower achieving kids right, and we still gonna be not beating the odds, and we still gonna be on these 3% improvement plans. So again, we cannot teach one way in honors and teach another way in our regular classes, because we have way more students in our regular classes that needs to hear the language of the standard, that needs that vocabulary, that needs that than our honor kids, that need that standard to be taught, that need that vocabulary and understand that vocabulary. Because our lower achieving students are the ones that get the most frustrated the fastest as well. So when they look at a question and they don't understand that vocabulary, then they go in shutdown mode. And if you don't believe that, you can do something as simple as get them to apply to college. And for some reason, that computer says you need to go back, they get frustrated and they shut it down. That's why we gotta help them through the process, to help them over that frustration level. So in Rata standard, getting the vocabulary and all of those things, it is vital. And we don't, all this what and how did they, and we're not saying analyze or describe, and we're doing multiple choice, and we're not making them right, and we're doing them DOK level 1 questions, then we're never gonna get our scores where they need to be. Now they're gonna fight, yeah, they're gonna fight, and they're gonna get a little discouraged and stuff like that. But the more difficult the learning, the long term it lasts. If I got a multiple choice and it's simple recall, I'm not gonna remember that. Okay? If you write about it, you can talk about it, then you know it. Also on the learning pyramid, and I'll send that out to everybody. The 2 highest levels of achievement on the learning pyramid is either them teaching each other or they involve student-centered. They're doing it. You learn by doing. Lecturing, the retainment for lecturing is like 5 to 10%. So if 90%